Hi, everybody. So I want to talk a little bit about Journal 2, which is about evidence and fallacies. So this is going to be, excuse me, the same as you did in the last week, where you basically post on a discussion board. That's going to be the journal. It's just this discussion board. You can see at the bottom that if you click on it, it'll let you start a new thread. Yeah, so you can just start a new thread. And what I actually want you to do is in order to cover these different parts, the types of evidence in the article, the fallacies in the article, the counter evidence from the supplemental source, in order to complete that, I have made a form for you to just fill out. So I'm going to post that in the announcements. And then this video, I'm going to go over exactly how it works. Actually, I'm going to give it to you as a Google Doc link. So I will post that in the announcements for you to look at. So let me just pull it up. There we go. Okay. So I'll give you a link to this form, and you can see what I've actually done is I've gone through, and since we don't get to all meet together, I have decided to kind of pull things out to help you a little bit because this is pretty difficult. So I went through the article and tried to come up with some ways that I could help you, because the skill that I really want to see is your ability to figure out the types of evidence, to identify types of evidence and fallacies. So instead of making you also find all of these different types of evidence, I found them for you. And you can use that. This that we have here, this journal that you're doing for O11, will become the basis for the part 2 of the Journal 2 evidence and fallacies section of your planner over in 101. So basically what I've done is I've highlighted the areas where I want you to fill out information. The claim of the article we're looking at, the article we're looking at is Ungrading by Susan Bloom. Okay. And the claim is that grades in higher education are not beneficial and should be minimized or eliminated. What I've done here is I've pulled out 3 quotes. I've got 3 quotes that back up from the article itself, that back up this claim. What I want you to do for evidence 1, 2, and 3, you can see it highlighted right there, is I want you to identify what type of evidence we're looking at. So you can use the information from 101, that article on types of evidence, as well as the Word document that I included in the announcement. And I can actually just show you that really quickly. So over in 101, I have posted for you a Word document that explains all the different types. And I think that would be pretty helpful. So it's this one right here. I'm sorry, this one right here, common types of evidence. Use this in bold are the types of evidence, facts, statistics, research studies, surveys, etc. Use these examples and these definitions to figure out what there we go. To figure out what these examples are. Is this a statistic? Is this an expert opinion? Is this a hypothetical, an analogy? Identify what type of evidence each of these quotes are. So that's what you want to fill out there. This is a logical fallacy that I found in the argument. So identify, and I'm just going to clarify that I want you to be looking for informal fallacies. So again, if you're in our 101 class, you can see that there is a linked article about fallacies right here. So if you click on fallacies, the different types of fallacies are listed down here. We're looking at informal fallacies, and these are the names of them. And if you want to learn more about them, you can pull it down and read more and figure out, of that example I gave, which one does it best, which one of these fallacies on this list here best describes what I've included here in the journal. And that's all I want you to write here. So if you think it's, straw man, you just type in, you turn off your highlighting, no color, and you type in straw man. So you just identify the type of fallacy that you see. Now, for the counter evidence section, here's where I can't really pull from it for you because everyone's going to have different ones. The supplemental source is that article that you found online that had the counter argument. You put on On 101, you put it, a link to it on the source approval board. So what this is asking for is that you go and you look through your article. That was your counter argument article that you put on the source approval board. And you identify the counterclaim in your supplemental source. Or actually, we're just going to say identify the claim in your supplemental source. So just like you have the claim up here, give me the claim of your supplemental source. My guess is it's going to be something like grades are good, or grades are a good measure of student progress, or grades are important for jobs in the corporate world. Whatever that claim is, that goes right here. And then down here, you need to, just like I did above, you need to find a quote, copy and paste a single line or maybe 2 lines, at most like a paragraph. I would stick to maybe 2 sentences. 2 sentences from that article that supports the claim you just wrote up here. And then, last but not least, identify what type of evidence that is. Exactly like you've done here, except this time you're going to be finding the quote, and then you're going to identify the evidence. So that's how you fill this out. And I will probably create another video to go a little bit more in depth about some of these things on Thursday. So keep your eyes peeled.